Welcome to Osun in Progress, a weekly program that showcases activities and achievements of Governor Gboyega Oyetola in the state of the virtuous. Aside from mining, culture and tourism, agriculture is another sector that the state government invested heavily in order to turn around the economy of the state. Shortly, the State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Adedayo Adewole, will be speaking on the gains of this investment and other plans of the state government towards ensuring that youths are gainfully employed through agriculture. My name is Rafiu Hamid, but before then, let's look at some of the activities of the state government that took place during the week. On Sunday, some members of the All Progressives Congress in Aragbiji trooped out in their numbers to cleanse the community after a program held in the town by members of the major opposition party in the state. They also used the opportunity to embark on a solidarity walk around some major streets in the town. They reaffirmed their support for the second-term bid of Governor Gboyega Oyetola.
I'm very, very happy that the people of Aragbiji have turned out en masse in their large numbers, both men and women, elders and children, to declare their support, their continued support for the administration of Governor Gboyega Oyetola. He has proved himself to be a worthy son of Aragbiji.
Same day in Ikirun, the Women Forum of the All Progressives Congress in Ifelodun, Boripe Anodoti Federal Constituency, inaugurated women mobilizers for civic duties ahead of next year's governorship election. The inauguration was also held to ensure eligible voters participate in the continuous voters registration exercise of the Independent National Electoral Commission.
Sitting at home and hailing the governor or hailing the government is not going to move us forward. So we are putting together a mobilization team so that more people will go out and obtain voters card.
The essence of today's program is to sensitize our women on civic rights, civic duties and civic responsibilities. And out of that, we feel that they have to go through the practical. They have to go door to door and mobilize women for voters registration.
This initiative coming from the women is actually very welcome, and it's a good initiative, having regard to the fact that the numerical strength of women in the voters register in Osun is more than men.
On Monday, residents of Uri-Ade-Oboko Federal Constituency under Ojumo Foundation held an official declaration in Ijebu-Jesha for the second-term bid of the governor, Gboyega Oyetola. Founder of the foundation, Desmond Ojumo, also used the opportunity to thank God for sparing his life. He believes the party stands a better chance in the next year's governorship election if members are united.
We should remain as one, which the Yorubas call Osun, which symbolizes our party logo, that's the broom, that we should not allow internal wrangling within the APC in the North Federal Constituency and Osun State at large. That all individual needs to resolve amicably without resorting to names calling and the use of abusive languages.
The state governor, who was represented by Taiwo Akeju, harps on mobilization for the ongoing continuous voters registration exercise.
And it's very important that they mobilize all the eligible voters out to register as members. And again, the Congress of the party is also coming up in July too. We admonish them that they must maintain unity, they maintain decorum, and that it's very important that the party maintain the cohesiveness. The unity of the party is very important, that the party must remain one.
The governor is doing marvelously well. We say he's a miraculous governor, and he came in when we thought nothing could happen in Osun, but he's making things to happen. So we really thank God for his acumen, or for his greatness, the way he's doing things. So we thank God for him. And if somebody is doing well, what do we do than to encourage him and to give him all the support we have for his second time. So,
cutting of cake and cultural display spiced up the event. On Tuesday, members of some communities in Ife South local government area of the state who have been cut off from the national grid since 2013 were given assurance of reconnection. This is just as the state governor flagged off the construction of 33 kVA power supply line from Ife to Garaji Olode and rehabilitation of Ife to Garaji Olode 33 kVA.
I will not end this address without telling you the efforts of the governor of Osun State. He started this move immediately he became the governor. I don't know how many times he paid visits to our office. And after that, like you heard the commissioner say, he specifically picked somebody who he knew was my senior in secondary school, who could always punish me and give me grass to cut. So he assigned the chief of staff to be on it. So every time he calls me, I will have to say, sir. And he was always on this case.
The governor assured them that the reconnection will be completed in the next 100 days to reawaken socio-economic activities in the axis. He emphasized that the intervention occupies strategic place in his administration's agenda to empower communities to become more viable in contributing to the development of the state.
For me, today is a day of joy as history is being made. I'm elated that we have now brought to an end the torturous journey that left you, our dear people, in darkness for over 10 years. I want to thank our partners, the Niger Delta Power Holding Company Limited, and especially the Executive Director and my dear brother, Mr. Ife Oyedele, for working hard to make this day a reality. We are indeed grateful for your fruitful partnership. Through this project, power supply will be restored to Ife Southwest SCDA, thus ending the unpalatable decade of power outrage. I must begin by thanking you, our people of Olode, for your patience, understanding, and sustained commitment to see that this challenge is finally laid to rest. Part of the reason this project has been delayed up to now is because we have been seeking a permanent solution rather than a palliative. We know our people only deserve the best, and our community cannot continue to play second fiddle to any other time.
Ọlọ́run wá gbé ilé pé ẹni àlẹ́ máa tán ìyá wa lágbára Ọlọ́run ọkàn yẹn balẹ̀. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ẹ máa ṣe pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn. Ẹni bá ní ká ẹ má ṣe a máa lọ pátápátá. Àmọ̀dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yẹn ṣe gan o. We hereby declare our unalloyed support to Your Excellency Alhaji Isiaka Adegboyega Oyetola in whatever steps you take to move the state of Osun forward.
On Wednesday, Osun State government inaugurated 42,000 members of Hunters Group of Nigeria to tackle insecurity in different parts of the state. This is just as the Hunters declared their support for the second-term bid of the governor.
All the national security challenges, the country tended to blast relative peace in the state, and the onset of administration, we saw and all the cooperation of the leadership of the military, the police, the inter security and civil defense corps, other security organizations, to ensure holistic security delivery.
To the glory of God, they have been well trained by Nigeria police in different police training institutions across the country. Last year alone, we visited 9 training institutions with Nigeria police, basically for us to be trained in lieu of managing security and security challenges in Nigeria. So I'm charging them once again to be well disciplined and focused.
The Ooni of Ife, Obadiah Ogunwusi, appeals to the Hunters to be diligent and justify government's investment in security. The group openly endorsed the governor for another 4-year term in office. On Thursday, the state governor, Gboyega Oyetola, inaugurated the 8.1-kilometer Moro, Yakoyo, Ipetumodu, Ashipa to Ife-Ibadan Expressway, which was last constructed in 1976. The road, which had been in a sorry state for more than 20 years, was approved for reconstruction by the governor early last year.
When we came in, we looked at the needs assessment, citizens' needs assessment. And based on that, we discovered that it was important we fix this road.
The governor said his administration is engaging in massive infrastructural development across the state to spread opportunities, eliminate crime, and prevent rural-urban migration. He added that over 100 road intervention efforts have so far been carried out in the last 2.5 years.
The Agba Township Road, which was awarded in September last year, is nearing completion, while those of Osun, Kuta, Bogom, and Ejigbo are all ongoing. Just as the 16-kilometer Osogbo-Kelebe-Iragbiji Road is nearing completion. I heard the people of Moro, Yakoyo, Ipetumodu, and Ashipa, and the entire Ife North local government to reciprocate government gesture by engaging in small businesses and entrepreneurial activities in order to derive personal benefit from our infrastructure development and road construction.
Our former Chief of Defense Staff, General Alani Akinrinade, commended the governor for reconstructing the road.
He finds ways and means of managing the little he has got. After Akode, we have never had that kind of approach to governance. The approach where you are always available, always listening, always wanting to do things that people would like you to do for them.
This is one of the roads. It's one of the bundles of 54-kilometer road awarded by His Excellency under the Alternative Projects Funding approach in February 2020, and the projects under that bundle were delivered within 9 months.
The beauty of this road is that it connects the major towns in this constituency, and this road is historic.
Governor Gboyega Oyetola says his goal is to spread amenities in all parts of the state. The civic engagement program of the state government was held in Egbedore local government area of the state. Secretary to the state government, Wole Oyebamiji, chairman of SUBEB, Ajibola Famuriwa, and some other important personalities graced the event. Residents also trooped out in their numbers to appreciate the state government and make their requests known.
Ọwọ́ ìjọba bí bàbá ṣe sọ àrọ́wọ́ ìjọba àtúnwá ń bẹ̀ wọ́n kí wọ́n jọ kí wọ́n dáhùn kí wọ́n jẹ́ kí wọ́n tó ká tó máa rí ọwọ́ wọn.
The residents were assured of government support at all times.
Headed to Ejigbo Road that connects Ara, the road has been tarred. That road was in a total dilapidation for 40 years, and the government of Oyetola did it recently.
This is a governor that knows his onions. At the inception of his administration, he believed strongly in the people. Consequently, during the thank you tour, he requested from the people, what exactly do you want now that you have voted for me and I'm in government?
We were here about 3 months ago. They requested for a road in Osun. I want to tell you today, this is the second time of coming here. Mr. Governor has started the construction of the Osun Road that was requested for 3 months ago. So we must give it to Mr. Governor.
A special Juma service was held at Ilorin Central Mosque to pray for the country. The President, Muhammadu Buhari, Governor Gboyega Oyetola, and the former governor of the state, Chief Adebisi Akande, over the newly approved federal university in the town.
Ó jẹ́ ìyàlẹ́nu fún wa, ó sì jẹ́ ìdùnnú tó pọ̀ tó já sí pé bí a bá ní ká máa ṣàlàyé bí ìdùnnú náà ṣe pọ̀ tó kò ṣeé ṣàlàyé, ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ẹ̀ jùlọ a fọpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run lórí ẹ̀.
on behalf of the entire community of Ilal local government, the Oba, the Chief Imam, and all the eminent personalities, we are so much appreciative to him, and God will appreciate him better.
I want to appreciate the Asiwaju of Ilarogun in person of Chief B.C. Akande for his fatherly role played to achieve this aim for development of the community. At the same time, we appreciate the state government of Osun, Ogbeni Gboyega Oyetola.
Still on Thursday, Osun State government promised to fund moribund industries in the state and revitalize cocoa factory in Ede to boost productivity and gross domestic product. This was disclosed at the end of a day stakeholders meeting tagged Development of New Industrial Policy Document organized by the Ministry of Commerce, Industry, Cooperatives and Empowerment in partnership with the United Nations Industrial Development Organization.
With that, we started working alongside the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, to come up with a sustainable and inclusive industrial policy. And that is what we have seen here today.
Any business that is here, that enabling environment has been created by His Excellency Gboyega Oyetola. So you can be rest assured that, okay, if you do business with us in Osun, in the state of Osun, you are sure of getting things right because of that security.
Agriculture is one of the sectors that have received attention under the present administration in Osun State since November 2018. The State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Adedayo Adewole, speaks on the intervention of the state government.
Our focus has always been towards youth, to encourage more young people to go into agriculture. I read somewhere that the average age of farmers in Nigeria is about close to 70. Even globally, it's close to 60. The average of farmers, the young people are not interested in farming. And for the few that are interested in farming, it is easy to work with them because they're not just coming into farming. These are brilliant minds, bringing a lot of innovations into agriculture. I'll use Farm Connect as an example. I developed about a 300-acre of greenhouse in Wasimi in Osun State. It was a place that was flagged off by me. And when you see the technology and the new innovations they're bringing into agriculture, you know that if more brilliant minds come into agriculture, we'll be having, we won't even be talking about food scarcity or inflation in food prices, but we need more brilliant minds to come into agric. Shouldn't be people like me and just a few alone. There's potential in agriculture. I think 2 years ago, one of the things we noticed was the newest billionaires, most of them came from the agric or food marketing sector. So there's a lot of potential for agriculture if we do it the right way. We have 2 projects where we're working with the federal government. We're looking at the F3 in Araromi Okedo in Ile-Ife. This is a program that involves Osun State government and the federal government. Over 400 hectares of land has been cleared, and we're looking to allocate it to farmers. As I'm speaking to you right now, the Office of the Surveyor General under the Ministry of Land is looking to parcel the lands and also designing the road networks across this new farm settlement. We're hoping we can work with the Ministry of Water so that we can farm all year round for this project, so that we don't have to worry about whether it's rainy season or dry season. With the federal government, we're looking at a program to empower about 1,000 youth, because 400 hectares is 1,000 acres. The design by the state government is not, we've not made our final decision, but the federal government directive is to have 1,000 farmers in that farm settlement, youth from that same area, if it exists, and it should be gender sensitive, in which it should be allocated 50% females, 50% males.
He also speaks on the number of people that have benefited from the Anchor Borrowers Program.
In 2016, 200 farmers benefited from the Anchor Borrowers Program to the tune of about 210 million naira, over 210 million. And mostly the commodity was fish. Come down to 2017, only 93 farmers benefited from the Anchor Borrowers Program to the tune of 48 million naira plus. It means we're reducing the number of farmers from 200 to 93, and the money is dropping from 210 million to 48 million. If we come down to 2018, this figure went up again. This time, the number of farmers that benefited in Osun from the Anchor Borrowers Program was 234 farmers to the tune of 54 million, which is still lower than what we had at the inception of 2016 of 210 million. Now, when we go to 2019, when His Excellency, the Governor of the State, took over, 1,077 farmers benefited from the Anchor Borrowers Program. Yeah, compared to the 234 a year before, 2018. And this time to the tune of 254 million plus. So from the previous year, 2018, which just 54 million naira, we jumped to about 254 million. So we came into this administration, I think, October 24, 2019 to be exact. And when I show you the 2020 data, you wonder, like you would know we've moved a long way. We went from the 1,077 farmers to 4,361 farmers that benefit from the Anchor Borrowers Program. And if I tell you the figures of the people that were able to access this loan, the amount they accessed, 810 million. So from 2019, which was 254 million, we jumped about fourfold, no, maybe 3+ fold, to 810 million in 2020. From the number of beneficiaries, if we look at since the inception, if we look at 2020 alone, which 4,300 farmers, 361 farmers benefited from, and compare it to the total number of farmers in this since 2016, 73.1% of the farmers that actually benefited from the Anchor Borrowers Program since 2016 actually benefited in 2020, which is the majority of the Anchor Borrowers Program. Actually, 73.1% of it actually happened in 2020.
He said the state government is working on how to ensure massive cassava production.
The beauty of cassava is cassava will probably grow almost anywhere. I can tell you the TM419 variety of cassava that is being grown by ITA was actually tested in Osun State, in Agowu farm settlement. There was some hectares of land was given to ITA. It shows that for the TM419, Osun State has a comparative advantage compared to other states. So with this, we're looking to work with ITA to have cassava stem multiplication centers. This is still very early. We're looking for cassava and especially cocoa to be what we are totally focusing on in the state. Osun State wants to be known for massive cassava production, and that's why one of the things we want to do in F3, the new farm settlement, is to focus on cassava production. We're looking how the state can empower the farmers with cassava stems in the state so that they have access to the TM419. We're also looking to work with Harvest Plus and cattle farms to do biofortified vitamin A cassava. We're hoping before the end of the year you'll be hearing from us about how much we're going in. And also I can tell you that the State Executive Council is looking for how we can have a demonstration farm. I can tell you that also the House of Assembly also looking to do their own demonstration farm, just to set an example for the citizens that farming is the way forward.
100,000 cocoa seedlings are to be given to farmers in a few weeks.
Cocoa is one of the things we've been focusing on. Last year, Osun State sold cocoa at 30 naira, which is the cheapest you'll probably get from any other state. This is just to empower our cocoa farmers. We also started a cocoa initiative development program with FX Commodities and CBN, in which our farmers will be able to get access to cheap fungicides and pesticides.
The commissioner said his ministry is working with the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps to ensure security of farmers and protection of their farmlands. That's our package for today. Join us next week, same time, for another edition of Osun in Progress. On behalf of the coordinator, who doubles as the State Commissioner for Information and Civic Orientation, Funke Egbemade, and the entire production crew, my name is Rafiu Hamid saying, do have a great week ahead.